Good afternoon, folks. Here is a new car brand that Audi has created in collaboration with the Chinese automotive giant SAIC. They removed the rings and just left the Audi logo. Thanks to the Chinese, the Germans at Audi have finally introduced a high-performance and modern car, updated for 2025. In addition, they are asking for $44,000 for the top configuration, which is quite competitive for what they offer. Make yourself comfortable. I'll tell you everything now. Powertrain, 780 horsepower, acceleration in 3.4 seconds, 2 electric motors, all-wheel drive, front, double wishbone, rear, multi-link, air suspension, 100 kilowatt-hour battery, 640 kilometers range according to CLTC. The Audi logo is lit up here. There's some kind of lamp, it's hard to see. Soft closer in the front and in the back. I'm sitting straight, 2 fingers in front of the knee. If I lie down, and here you can even sink into it. Good. This is how I would drive. A little more than a finger. So, in this position, let's go to the second row and see what's there. One and a half. Slightly less than a fist above the head. And this is the dashboard design we have here. What do you think? The new Mercedes GLC looks like this. The BMW X3 looks like this. And as you can see, they didn't really bother here, they just slapped on a huge screen. As I mentioned earlier, marketers don't care about our opinion. Now they are more focused on young people because they are growing up, and they like such interior and screens. Let's not discuss the design. We're talking about functionality, budget, whether it's worth the money, how all this software works, and how comfortable it will be to use all the different features without buttons. As you can see, there aren't any here. I want to start right away. Do you know where? Here is a voice assistant in English, and not just any voice assistant, but an artificial intelligence.
你好呀.
Can you speak English?
Sure. What can I do for you?
I want to go to Roma in winter.
Roma is a beautiful city to visit in winter. The weather is mild, and there are many festive decorations. You can explore historical sites like the Colosseum and the Pantheon, and enjoy delicious Italian cuisine. Don't forget to try hot chocolate and pastries. Have a great trip.
Which month will be the best for traveling?
December is ideal for its festive spirit, but can be crowded. January offers a quieter experience with continued holiday decor. February has fewer tourists and potential snow. Choose based on your preference for crowds and weather.
Now let's check the commands to the car in English.
嘿，请说。
Turn off HUD.
HUD 已关闭，
I'm cold.
已调到25度，
Open my window.
正在打开主驾车窗。
Turn on seat heating. Turn on
主
seat
驾座椅加
massage.
热已经打开了，正在打开主驾座椅按摩，放松一下吧。
Everything works. Yes, cool. Here you can change the transparency of the roof. Front seats have massage ventilation heating, the rear seats heating only. The massage covers 6 points, only on the backrests. This is the same material as on the ceiling. It's something like denim, a piece made from Alcantara. And this largest part is artificial nappa. It's more pleasant to the touch than regular leather. Let's take a look at the shell. Well, everything is clear with the map. Here are the widgets that we display. There is English, you see? Everything works quickly. By the picture? Not the very top, but close to it. The map may be small here. I also have a map in the projector. Here is a full-fledged projector, and you can also have the map fill the entire screen. This is all wood. Here is where the cup holders appear, some kind of niche. Here we increase the volume both on the right and on the left. You can turn the music on and off by pressing the knob on the left and right. There is a rather interesting touchscreen display in the center. Look how it works. Right now, we have music playing. That's why the buttons that control the music are displayed. If I turn it to the right like this, a map appears. And now I have buttons here that can change something. For example, with this button I can open the map in full screen mode. There are two buttons here where you can set addresses, for example, home and work. And when you press them, the navigation will immediately plot a route to a specific address. Cool. Okay, scroll right again. Here I have 3 driving modes: individual, balance, and dynamic. And this is climate control. Turn it on or off, choose where the air will come from, and set it to automatic mode. On the magnet, everything moves quite pleasantly. I like the color of wood. I like it. It's a pleasant dark shade. Light wood wouldn't suit this color of interior. This is what the steering wheel looks like. It has adjustments on the tablet. This is where they place the gear selector. And on the right are the controls for the turn signals, windshield wipers, and so on. Many active buttons. Voice assistant, autopilot control buttons. Steering wheel is leather. Inside is plastic, but somehow it looks very much like leatherette. Good material. This is what the head-up display looks like, and it is very advanced. In terms of materials, good quality, pleasant synthetic leather, and here it's good too, here as well. Everything is covered here, but deeper down there's nothing. Well, no questions asked. Fine. It's hard to reach down there. It's all real wood. I asked them many times and they said yes with a straight face. They covered it here too. Over there it's denim. They saved money here. This is denim material. Do you know where I've seen it? I saw it in the Xiaomi SU7 sedan, in the most basic configuration. That means the Max version already comes with Alcantara. And in the basic configuration, they provided denim. It's nicer than regular fabric. It probably looks different depending on the color. But with this color, it looks fine. There is a camera. The mirror is not a display. As I said, the sunroof changes transparency. It can be very dark. There are no sunshade, and there is no need for it. It was so dark that it would not let anything through. Okay, let's check for squeaks. All right. Here's a little bit. There's a big piece of wood here. That's what's creaking. The seat cushion is slightly longer than average. This is what the door card looks like. The same materials as on the dashboard. High-quality artificial leather. This is all wood. How do you like the design? There is faux leather here too, but here it's just bare plastic. They put rubber here. We exit with this button. There's an emergency lever. Next. Here is the power window. Double glazing. 18 Bose speakers. Can I adjust the backrest for myself? I won't close it. There will be more light. Today's shooting location is a bit dark. Well, not the simplest armrest. I wonder if I slightly open the film. What's the material there? Just plastic. The same color. Here, it's covered with fabric. Damn. Why is it so uncomfortable? Soft closer. Double glazing. The material here is the same as at the front. Also wood and artificial leather. At the bottom, it's denim. Well, I want to lean back. I feel uncomfortable. That's it. This is the limit. Damn, huh? How come? Well, I don't know. I wouldn't go far like this. Somewhere around the city, sure. But to ride in the car for at least 2 hours? No. There are no issues with the seat, but the backrest? All right. Let's move on. There are 2 ports where we insert adapters and attach tablets. Nice, they thought of that. Here's the USB-C charging port. Air. It's just bare plastic now. Everything here is covered with the same materials as everywhere else. It's pleasant, nice. Here I have a hook. And here too. And there's a button. Heated seats. I mean, I'm not asking anyone. I just press it myself and that's it. I exit with a button. The pillar between the first and second row. There's another piece of wood. Faux leather. Bare plastic. Let's take this off. And look, what a picture we have emerging. And I almost fit in, just barely missing it. For its size, it's actually quite good. The only thing is, 2 people would hardly fit comfortably here. But in principle, people who are 10 centimeters shorter than me can sleep here. These aren't top-tier wheels. They're 19-inch 245 by 45 at the front and 275 by 40 at the back. The top-tier ones will be 20-inch, 245 by 40 at the front, 285 by 35 at the back. Disc brakes, ventilated all around. With competitors, you can press a button and the hood opens by itself. You can either knock, or you can even just ask. With Xiaomi, you can even ask. The voice assistant works from the outside. Everything here is opened by hand, either with a lever or on a tablet. The soundproofing is here. Look at this. Just sad. There's not much you can put here. When I turn on the turn signal, the corresponding camera immediately activates the wide angle, and I can see the blind spot. Interesting. I turn it off, and it goes back to 1. Okay, let's go. I want to note that I drove around with these cameras and didn't feel any discomfort at all. I think it's because the image is being broadcast on large screens. And they look at me head-on, not at an angle on the door panels like in some cars. Everything is very clearly visible here, and I would definitely install a camera for myself. I was even surprised. Now the main point. The suspension here is from Germany. Quattro all-wheel drive, dual air suspension by Continental. It was tuned by the Germans from Audi. Adaptive dampers with CDC technology. Full spec as you'd expect for this price in 2025. No other German cars in this price range and class have this kind of suspension. Moving on, 800-volt architecture. Electric motors from the Chinese company SAIC with 787 horsepower. This is the right decision because German electric motors are as much of a joke as Chinese internal combustion engines. Next, the 100 kilowatt-hour battery NMC from CATL. The autopilot and all the software are also from the Chinese, designed by a German. Overall, as you can see, we have quite an interesting arrangement taking shape here. They took the strongest aspects from both countries. I recently visited an Audi dealership to review the new A5 with an internal combustion engine. However, I decided not to film it after the test drive. The situation was exactly the same as with the new Accord. I've mentioned this before and I'll say it again. I only review cars that either pleasantly surprise me or provoke my protest. The new Audi A5 is the one that will replace the A4, because they are converting the A4 to electric. So compared to this car, it feels like it's a class lower, if not 2. Everything is absolutely worse there. The soundproofing is weaker, the suspension is stiffer, and most importantly, it's cheaper. However, it doesn't handle any better. The configuration is significantly cheaper and more basic. Dead, sluggish internal combustion engines that accelerate twice as slowly. It didn't provoke any protest from me. Ancient, boring, incomprehensible as for China in 2025. This car on air suspension drives comfortably even over deep manholes. In the A5 with an internal combustion engine, the suspension crashes over bumps and the sound insulation is worse, so you hear these hits more loudly. In general, even though they are the same size, the difference between them is enormous. And everyone probably has the same question. How is this possible? They are the same size and both are Audi. It's all very simple. Without the Chinese, the Germans simply cannot offer such a powerful and advanced car at this price. They don't extract raw materials and their energy resources are more expensive. This will cost them at least 3 times as much. And in some cases, it's simply impossible. For example, I don't think they'll be able to master this kind of software even in 5 years. Now let's compare it with something more reasonable, the Zeekr 007 GT. It will be slightly more powerful and faster. Similar in ride comfort, but the steering here is better, and the steering wheel is sharper. The Germans are masters at this. Neo ET5 Tour. It will be tighter and slightly sharper, more sporty. The suspension isn't a couch, keep that in mind, but the balance between comfort and handling is well chosen. This car is quite suitable for everyday use. Very fast, handles well, and absorbs bumps comfortably enough. Regeneration is slightly above average. The seat has adequate lateral support. I believe the price is reasonable. It's quite a competitor. This is the first German, albeit half, that in the last few years has been really interesting for its price. All right, folks, that's it for now. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. I'll show you something very interesting soon. See you next time.